Hello students, we have successfully completed related to different category of persons related to developmental goals and what are their aspirations in order to lead an idea of development in their sustenance. Now let us focus on the protest at Kudankulam Nuclear Power Project.
The Government of India set up a nuclear plant at Kudankulam in the Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu to generate nuclear power to meet the growing energy needs to the country. The people in the region have protested against the nuclear plant to the grounds of safety and security and livelihood. The government has responded that the power plant has all the safety measures and despite protests is going ahead with the project.
Now, let us focus on the debate related to Sardar Sarovar Dam of Narmada River. If we observe this issue, there exist advantages and disadvantages. Recently, LG Polymers that also created problem related to the emission of poisonous gases that led to the death of few persons. Even government of Andhra Pradesh have announced certain compensation regarding the death of people or public. So there exist advantages and disadvantages by constructing industries or factories around us. Thus, favorable conditions exist, unfavorable conditions also prevail. If we observe Sardar Sarovar Dam of Narmada River, the favorable conditions are as follows. The major situation is related to the power generation. It produces power on a larger scale. Water is also meant for irrigation facilities. Thus, it also helps in controlling the floods. Then what about the other side of the coin? There exists unfavorable conditions too. It floods or inundates 37,000 hectares of forest and fertile agricultural land. It also displaces more than 500,000 people. It also poses dangerous threat or dangerous life of biodiversity. Did you understand so far, children? Let us see in detail what the major problem exists at Kudankulam Nuclear Power Project located at Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu. The aim of construction of nuclear power project is to meet the growing energy needs of the country. Based on the need, there exists a demand. Based on the demand, a country needs to produce sufficient amount of power to the individuals. The people in that region have protested on the grounds of safety, security, and also livelihood. A long struggle has ensued. Scientists, environmentalists, social activists who have been critical of the project have stood by the people. There exist so many letters of protest to the government regarding nuclear power project. You are unable or unwilling to appreciate that in nuclear energy we are confronted not only with an immense power but also an incredible potential for destruction too. We want our coast and country protected from the radioactive peril. Stop the project. Look to renewable energy as an alternative. The government has responded that the plant has all the safety measures and despite protests is going ahead with the project. So, do we need to construct this nuclear power project and also confront related to the destructional issues? These are the questions in the minds of people. Even the scientists as well as environmentalists also have stood by the side of the people. Thus, it is very clear that there exist advantages as well as disadvantages for the construction of such major power projects. Dear students, observe the flowchart of World Development Report 2016. Here is the differentiation among high income countries, middle income countries, as well as low income countries. How can we differentiate different countries based on the income? For comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. Countries with higher income are more developed than others with less income. This is done on the understanding that more income means more of all the things that human beings meet, the needs. Whatever people like and should have, they will be able to get with greater income. So, greater income itself is considered to be one of the important goals. Now, what is the income of a country? The income of a country is the income of all the residents or people of that country. This gives us the total income of the country. Then, the comparison between countries' total income is not such a useful measure since countries have different populations. Comparing total income will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. Are people in one country better off than others in a different country? Hence, we compare the average income, which is the total income of that country, divided by total population. The average income of a country is called the per capita income. The World Development Report states the per capita income. Thereafter, if we consider the average, which is divided by the total population, total income of the country divided by total population, this gives average income. This is so termed as per capita income. Let us see about per capita income as well as national income, the basic difference between those. Then what about India? India a decade ago was a low income country. Thereafter, it reached to middle income country. That's why it is a developing country. Based on US dollars here, they have taken or differentiated the high income country or middle income country or low income countries. Here are the questionnaire. Expand the term IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. We can also term it as the World Bank. What are the examples of the criterion for the measurement of Human Development Index? What are the aspects taken as indicators to measure human development? per capita income, education, health, electricity, housing, as well as life expectancy. In order to measure human development, these are the criteria of any individual. Based on the total population, it reflects. Why is greater income considered one of the important goals of life? This is based on the understanding that more income means getting all the things to meet human being needs. Then what do the people seek besides better income? They want equal treatment without any partiality. They would like to enjoy their freedom because freedom is our birthright. They should be safe and secured. There should be quality in their lifestyle. And also pollution-free environment. This leads to better income. Now, the major difference between national income and per capita income. What is the meaning of national income? It is the total value of all goods and services provided within the country plus the net income from abroad during a year. Then what do you mean by per capita income? Per capita income is the average income of the people of a country in a definite period. It is got by dividing the national income by population. Is it clear, children? Is there any organization which publishes Human Development Report? It is none other than UNDP. UNDP publishes Human Development Report, United Nations Development Program. This publishes Human Development Report. Do you know, children, how Education Revolution Act took place? Education Revolution took place first in Himachal Pradesh. Now let us focus on RTE. The abbreviation of RTE is Right to Education. This act declares that all children of the age of 6 to 14 years have the right to free education, and the government has to ensure building of sufficient schools in the neighborhood. They have to appoint properly qualified teachers and make all the necessary provisions. There should be facilities. In the light of what you have read of this chapter, and already you know, discuss and debate the importance of that particular RTE Act for children and human development. Let us focus on the importance of RTE Act for children. Right to education. Would you like to study? Yes, here we go. It makes all children have a chance to study, especially children from hilly areas, rural areas, and areas with low density of population are not deprived of schools. We should not harm their basic study or standard of education. Schools need to be provided with minimum facilities of teachers, classrooms, toilets, etc. Then what is the importance of RTE Act for human development? UNDP will take care of educational levels of people. Expected years of schooling will increase. In turn, it also promotes human development. It also promotes human development by increasing the average years of schooling. Education imparts the ideals of human development. The main intention of this chapter is related to idea of development. If a country develops, it is based on the population, entire population, as well as the income of the population. To be continued.